Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we not straying off course. We continuing to clench our teeth and tackle the Shurangama Sutra, the scripture famously known as the one for attaining enlightenment. Part E, the opening Ananda's counterattack. Last time, we talked about when Ananda searching for the mind. He searched everywhere. He said it wasn't inside the body, wasn't outside, and wasn't hidden behind the eyes. Ananda is getting a bit anxious now. He thinks I've followed the Buddha for so many years, listening to the Dharma every day. I need to use some professional knowledge to hit back. So, in Volume 1, Ananda pulls out his trump card. He says to the Buddha, Lord Buddha, I often hear you teaching the fourfold assembly that because the mind arises, various phenomena dharmas arise. Because phenomena arise, various states of mind arise. I've figured it out now. This thinking essence is actually my mind nature. Simply put, my mind isn't fixed in one spot, rather, wherever it joins, coalesces, the mind exists there. It is not inside, not outside, and not in the middle. As soon as it joins with what I am thinking about, the mind is produced. Doesn't that sound incredibly dialectical, very philosophical? Ananda thinks, these are your own words. Buddha, you can't tell me I'm wrong this time, right? Today, we're going to follow this word join and see how the Buddha smashes Ananda's seemingly perfect logic. Hammer blow by hammer blow. Part R. What does mind create phenomena? Phenomena create mind mean. Before deconstructing the Buddha's argument, we need to help Ananda and ourselves translate this Buddhist jargon into plain English. What does because the mind arises, various phenomena arise mean? Our master explains it beautifully. This is habitual perfuming Vajana. As you live in this world, every definition you see, hear, and learn builds up in your mind. For example, people from Sichuan love spicy food because they were perfumed by that flavor from childhood. They built a definition of spicy in their minds. This definition is called a phenomenon dharma. Because that dharma exists in their mind, they constantly think, oh, it would be great to have hot pot today. This is because phenomena arise, various states of mind arise. Because you've established that knowledge, you become attached, and your mind is pulled by it. Ananda's point is, my mind is like an on-call worker. When I think of spicy food, the mind joins with spicy food. When I think of a beautiful woman, the mind joins with the woman. When there is no object, the mind doesn't exist. Once there is an object, the moment they join, the mind pops out. Think about it. Ananda essentially treating the mind as a reaction product. This sounds very much like modern psychology, right? Stimulus leads to response. But the Buddha is looking for the true mind, that eternal, unchanging, luminous awareness. Thus, the Buddha begins his first round of dimensional strike. Part 3, substance or no substance? That is the philosophical question. The Buddha tells Ananda, you say the mind exists wherever it joins. Fine, let me ask you, does this mind that goes to join have a substance body, essence? Here, substance can be understood as a physical reality or a real texture. Logically, if the mind has no substance, it's not real. The Buddha says, if there is no substance, what are you using to join? If you want to make a bun, you need flour. If you only have nothingness, and you try to join nothingness with flour, can you get a bun? Obviously not. For two things to join, there must be two existences. If there is no substance, the so-called joining is a false proposition. The sutra mentions a humorous term here, the 19th realm joining with a cheese dust. This is Buddhist dry humor. We know there are 18 realms. Where did the 19th come from? The Buddha is saying, if you say a non-existent thing, a mind without substance can join with the outside world, it is as absurd as claiming there is a 19th realm of existence. Logic B, if the mind has substance, is a real entity. Okay, says the Buddha. Since you say the mind has substance, let us do an experiment. Pinch yourself. You feel pain. Did that mind that knows the pain crawl out from inside your body? Or did it fly in from the outside? If it crawled out from inside, it should have seen your heart, liver, spleen, and lungs first. But you can't see them. If it flew in from outside, it should have seen your face first when it entered. Ananda tries to play rogue again. Seeing is the eye's job. The mind just knows. It's not responsible for seeing. so it as normal that it doesn't see internal organs on my face. Part 4. Can eyes see? Even a corpse has eyes. The Buddha hears this and realizes Ananda is circling back. You think seeing is the function of the eyes. The Buddha gives two famous analogies. The door and the window analogy. If the eyes can see, then when you are in a room, can the door see the outside? The eyes are just tools. Like windows, the window itself has no vision. It is you looking through the window. The corpse analogy. This is the knockout blow. If the eyes can see, then a person who just died still has their eyeballs. They might even still be fresh. Why can't they see anything? If they could see, why would we call them dead? Therefore, it isn't the eye that sees. It is the mind using the eye as a channel. Ananda, you still haven't found the right substance. Part 1. Many. Pervasive or localized. Seeing Ananda is completely dizzy. The Buddha simplifies the problem. Ananda, since you insist this knowing mind has a physical substance, let us play a jigsaw puzzle. Is this mind a single entity in your body, or many entities? Does it pervade your whole body, or only parts of it? If the mind is one entity and pervades the whole body, this would be like your body being one giant sensor pad. The Buddha says, if I pinch one hand, your entire body should feel the pain, because the mind is one whole. If one part moves, everything moves. Furthermore, if your whole body felt the pain, you wouldn't be able to tell where you were pinched. It would be a sea of pain without a specific point. But in reality, when we pinch the left hand, only the left hand hurts. So, one entity pervading the body is dead. If the mind is multiple entities, Ananda, if you say you have many minds, one for every point of perception, then you would be many people. Which one is the real you? So, multiple entities is also dead. If the mind does not pervade the body, this is even weirder. It means only certain parts of your body have a mind. The Buddha says, if I touch your head and your foot at the same time, if your mind is in your head, your foot feels nothing. If it's in your foot, your head feels nothing. But in reality, you feel both. Part 2. Deep meaning. Don't mistake the finger for the moon. At this point, you might think, is the Buddha just playing word games? Does he just want to make Ananda speechless? Actually, when explaining this, the master said something profound. The Buddha is leading you in, bit by bit, that luminous awareness of our self-nature is inherently ineffable. There is a Chinese idiom. The path of language is cut off, the place of mental activity is extinguished. The moment you describe it, you're wrong. The moment you think about it, you've strayed.
So what can the Buddha do? He can only point his finger at the moon. The moon is there. The Buddha's finger points to it. Ananda. Ananda keeps staring at the finger. The Buddha says, is the mind this? Ananda, no. I think it's that. The Buddha, that doesn't work either. The Buddha systematically blocks every possible logical dead end. When you realize that going left, right, up, down, inside, or outside all fail, when all your preconceptions are shattered and you have nowhere left to go, that thing which remains, which doesn't need to be sought or proven, might just flash into view in that instant. Part 7. What exactly is our mind? To wrap up, let's talk about a fascinating question. Is my mind and your mind one or two? The master used lamplight as an analogy. Imagine a room with a red light, a blue light, and a yellow light. When they are all turned on, the room is filled with light. Is that light one or many? If you say it's one, I can turn off the red light and the red glow disappears while the blue remains. They don't replace each other. If you say they are many, in the places where the shadows and glows overlap, you can't separate which ray belongs to whom. They exist simultaneously, without excluding or crowding each other. Our wondrous bright true mind is like that. It functions at every point. When you are hit or grabbed, its function appears, but that doesn't mean it is split into pieces. Ananda's biggest mistake was trying to find a nest for the mind. He either wanted to hide it in the body or stick it onto an object. He treated the mind like a thing in the material world. But the mind is not a thing. It is like light, like space, pervasive yet clearly luminous and spiritual. Part 8 Conclusion. Alright. That's it for the debate on wherever it joins. Ananda's fourth defeat tells us, the mind is not a spark created by a collision. It has been here all along. Stop trying to find where the mind is located, and stop obsessing over "I thought of something, therefore I have a mind." In the next episode, we'll see what new tricks Ananda comes up with to face the Buddha. See you next time.